Hey, Tyler.
Hello.
Oh, yeah, we can hear you. Sorry about that. We couldn't hear on the first couple there, but if you could just talk about the coming out, utilizing that break and the energy and the execution coming out of the break today and just your feeling getting back.
Guys were working hard today. Obviously it was, the last week has been, a little bit out of routine, with everything going on. Guys worked hard today. For a lot of us, we're just trying to get our legs, and guys are moving pretty well for just having a break. And we just want to keep building off the execution and practice, so we can carry it over into the games.
Pretty mild for you, nothing too serious, so easy for you to bounce back, you'd say?
Yeah. You take, even if you're completely healthy and you take 5 or 6 days off, you're gonna feel a little, winded on the ice on your first skate back, which is, was to be expected today. But otherwise felt pretty good. And, my worst symptom day was the day of the game in San Jose. And so, went pretty well there. And, just got a little bit longer of a Christmas break, it felt like.
All right, next up, we'll go to Farhan Lalji, TSN.
Tyler, just I'm sure none of you guys really wanted to take a break given how well the team was playing. Are there positives to be drawn, or do you feel like maybe some momentum might get lost?
No, I think we're still a very upbeat group. You can tell guys are even coming off the break still very motivated to try and keep this thing going. And for sure it would have been nice to finish those games leading into the break with the way we were going. But even though we stopped and postponed the games, we can still carry it over coming into this week. So it's just a mindset and making sure we're doing the right things on the ice in practice to keep that level.
You mentioned that your symptom day was that San Jose game. What were your symptoms? What was the worst of it?
Chest congestion, runny nose, cold symptoms, pretty mild. Didn't feel too bad at all. Played games feeling a lot worse than that.
Okay, and next up we'll go to Patrick Johnston, Post Media.
Obviously, Tyler, no one would like to get COVID, but getting a little bit extra time off, was that a timely thing for you? You've been playing a lot of hockey lately, both the team and you personally. Is that kind of a spin that you can put on that?
No, I would have rather keep going.
Yeah.
The team had such a good feeling, and it still does. But it would have been nice to finish those games leading into the Christmas break. Physically, I felt fine, and I wasn't. I never had a thought of I'm looking forward to some rest. I was, just like all the other guys in the room, we were pretty excited to keep things going.
And just sort of in terms of getting back on the ice and having, I guess you would have cleared, last week. You really weren't able to do. Were you able to go running or anything? Or did you do anything like off ice just to kind of get yourself back moving before you get back on the ice today?
Yeah, did a couple at-home workouts. A lot of the other guys, talking to the other guys who were stuck at home as well. They were doing the same. We got a Peloton bike, so I had a couple of Peloton rides and tried to keep the wind going.
Okay, and I'm just going to check in once more with Barry DeLay, Global Sports, just to see if he has a follow-up question after the audio difficulties.
Sure. Actually, maybe I'll just get you have to repeat yourself, I guess. But just, there's just that uncertainty going around the league and the sporting world, although the NHL is really the only league that is shut down. What's the hope around there that this break is finally over and that there will be hockey, this week?
We're hoping there's going to be hockey. There's no question guys are frustrated. But it's the way things are right now, and you focus on what you can control. And when it's time to play again, we just have to make sure we're ready.
Awesome, thanks.
Yep. All right, and we'll take one last one here from Kevin Woodley, NHL.com.
Tyler, just curious, there's been some other players around the league and Steve Yzerman most prominently talking about just how you guys are managing it as a league and maybe going towards an NFL model where you don't test asymptomatic players. Do you have any thoughts on, given your symptoms and what you've experienced about, for lack of a better term, playing through this a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I saw Steve's comments. My personal opinion is I completely agree with what he said. I think he was bang on. I completely understand there's another side of it to where, there's people that, if it's not themselves, have family members that are more vulnerable to what's happening around the world right now. So, everybody's in a different situation, and I think as players, the most frustrating part is seeing what other sports leagues are doing, and it seems as if we're heading the opposite direction as that. So it's I think it's a little confusing for us. So it seems like there's something new happening, by each and every day. So I think the only thing we can do as players is, I said it before, is focus on the things we can control, and just make sure we're ready when the time comes to come back.
Thanks, Tyler.